everyone. If you are just finding us for the first time, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I'm Daphne.
I'm Bob.
And on this channel, we talk about Disney every Wednesday, and we also vlog our life, and we post those videos occasionally as well. We are going to be doing a 4-part series on what to fast pass at each of the Disney theme parks and tips. So what is FastPass Plus? Disney actually gives you the ability to pre-book 3 reservations to select rides, attractions, and character meet and greets at the park. And you can do this 30 days ahead of your vacation if you're an off-property guest, and 60 days and for each date of your trip if you are staying on Disney property. So this is a really, really cool benefit.
And it can save you a ton of time if you schedule them right.
Yes. Now that you know what a FastPass is, then we want to share some tips with you on how to maximize your use of the FastPass Plus system. The first thing to do would be to make sure that you book these on booking day. So if your booking window opens up 60 days prior to your vacation, because you're staying on property, then you'd want to make sure that you get on the My Disney Experience app, either on your phone or on your computer at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I highly recommend you do this because they do go very, very quickly.
I was just saying, people, whenever I talk to people and tell them that, everybody says, oh yeah, I know. And then they get on there a couple days afterwards, or a couple weeks afterwards, and they
they're
go,
gone.
well, there's nothing available.
That's because there are people, thousands and thousands of families that are going at the same time as you, or within the same week as you, or 10 days as you during your trip period. And you can, if you're staying on property, like we did last time, then what happens is you can actually book 60 days in advance and up to every day into your vacation. So if you're there for 2 weeks,
we're at 74 days.
Then we can book 74 days out. Yep. If you're gonna arrive a week later than we are, then the first week of your trip, we've already had a choice of fast passes for.
Yep.
So that's why those go so quickly, and it's very important that you do book these in advance if you have certain rides that your family really wants to make sure you fast pass. If you don't care that much, then don't worry about this. This doesn't really apply to you.
Yep.
And I will also say that people cancel. People cancel their trips. People cancel the days that they're going to a certain park. So people do change things. So it's not saying that you will not find a fast pass for this. It's just saying that if you want the best chance,
guarantee it,
yeah, the best chance at getting it, because it's really never a guarantee. Yeah. It is still hard, but if you want the best chance at getting these certain rides that you desire to do, then make sure you get on there right away on the date of booking, whether it's 60 days in advance or 30 days out if you are if you're staying off property or if you're an annual pass holder. And then if you are using a Disney travel agent, and I love using a Disney travel agent. We have one, her name is Brittany. I have another friend who's also a travel agent, Coral Joy, who I have both Brittany and Coral linked in the show notes below. So I recommend that you talk to one of them or talk to both of them. And if you're planning your trip, if you just begun planning, they would love to help you. If you booked your trip in the past 30 days, they can still help you. And that's
a huge time saver. And from the person who doesn't schedule anything with our Disney trips and just looking from the outside, it's a big time saver and a big stress reliever.
Yeah, it really is.
On the person who's in charge of scheduling.
Not that you want to have your Disney trip be stressful in any way, shape, or form.
But the scheduling a lot of times is.
It can be, because you have a plan and you know that I'm going to be at Magic Kingdom this day and I need to get this, this, and this before my dinner reservations that I booked 6 months ago. Yep. So a Disney travel agent will help you do that, and her job is to keep checking back to see if something opens up if she didn't get to book it at that time. So if you haven't used a travel agent before, consider using one. Disney travel agents are free for you to use if you are booking your vacation through Disney. Also, before you plan your fast passes, check the height requirements on the rides and know how tall your children are, because the last thing you want to do is get to Disney World and be disappointed or have them be disappointed and crushed because the ride was 48 height requirement and your child's 47.5 inches. Disney does check.
And they're very
strict, and for safety reasons. It's for the safety of your children. So, abide by their rules, check ahead of time, and also check the type of ride that you're planning to go on. Do you get motion sick? Are you pregnant? Do you have other health issues that may be of concern?
What's that one? I think it's an Epcot that both of us are like,
Mission Space, you know.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna ride that one again.
Yeah, and that one causes
I got up there
motion
feeling
sickness.
like crap.
So check those things ahead of time before you're writing down your FastPass selections. Take advantage of the rider switch pass.
If you've got a child who's too small to get on the rides, like we have one who's still too small to get on Rock and Roller Coaster, and I think that's it. But for a long time, she was too small to get on a lot. You're able to wait in line one time with one parent and the other children and get them on the ride. And then basically before they get in line, you're able to get a FastPass so the other parent can ride with the kids again on that same ride.
And you can do that whether it's a standby or a FastPass, but what we did was when we booked our FastPasses, then because we're a family of 5 and we had one child that was under the height requirement, so for example, for Bob, Landon, and Emma, we would book a FastPass for them to ride Space Mountain, which is a 44-inch height requirement, and then I would book a FastPass for Adeline and I to go to Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. And they would go on Space Mountain and I would take her to Buzz Lightyear. But before I went over to Buzz Lightyear, I would come to the front of the line as they were getting ready to go on the ride. And this is right outside of
Not
the
front
ride
of
entrance.
the line,
The
actually
first,
where you get into line.
it's like the first checkpoint where they
Yeah.
scan your Magic Band, because that's where they keep all of your FastPasses, is right on your Magic Band. So when they go to scan their Magic Bands, then I would be there with Adeline and I would tell them, you know, can we get a rider switch pass?
Yep.
They would give me, as long as they see the child there and they can see that they're not the right height, they'd give you a rider switch pass, and then he would go on the ride with the other two. I would take her on a different ride that we'd scheduled a FastPass for something she was tall enough for. And then when we'd all come out, we'd meet back together. I would then go on Space Mountain with that rider switch pass, which will allow me to take up to 2 guests with me. So Landon and Emma would get to go twice. So that was the cool thing about that. And then he would take Adeline over to do Tomorrowland Speedway or something. So that's kind of how we use the rider switch pass. It was very advantageous for us.
Well, you could get those rides and the kids could ride them twice, almost in a row.
Yeah, and it was advantageous for us in that situation because obviously it's not an ideal situation. We'd rather all go together, but you know, as she's growing, then that's kind of how you have to work it.
The next tip is do not FastPass anything first thing in the morning, and especially if you're already there from extra magic hours.
Right.
Because that's typically a time when crowds are going to be the lowest, lines are going to be the shortest.
So the point of doing that is so that you can maximize your morning park hours instead of using a FastPass first thing in the morning when the park crowds are at their lowest. And really people, it's like 10 or 10:30 that people really start filtering in there. So get there early, get there right when it opens. Or if you're able to take advantage of extra magic hours, be there for extra magic hours. You'll have from that 8 o'clock in the morning until about 10 a.m. before the parks really start getting more crowded. And then you can start booking your FastPasses from that point on. How it works is Disney makes you have an hour booking window. So you cannot schedule a FastPass closer than an hour apart. So in other words, I don't book one earlier than 10 a.m. in the morning. We would do like a 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, or 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. If we have a 10 o'clock FastPass, we'd be there at 10, and then we'd have all the way until almost noon to use our second FastPass. You have to be there between 11 and 12. So if you want to go to lunch,
or sneaking in another ride.
Or if you see something that's like a lower wait time on your way there, then you have that time to do that. You've got the flexibility in your schedule. So that's how we would use our FastPasses. Now the point of doing that, especially at Magic Kingdom, because there are so many choices there, is so that you can use your 4th revolving FastPass. Now this is something that not a lot of people know about, but you actually are able to book from the Disney app, on the My Disney Experience app, from a kiosk at the park. You can book a 4th FastPass after you've used your first 3.
Is it only from a kiosk, or you can do it from your phone?
Or from your app.
Okay.
So as soon as you scan your Magic Band for ride number 3 while you're waiting in line for those 5 minutes, then you're gonna go on the My Disney Experience app, look and see what's near you that you can get on following that 3rd FastPass, and you can book a 4th FastPass. And then you can keep booking each time after that. But you don't want to book it in the evening, because if you have to wait till the evening to use that FastPass, then you're not going to get to use.
You can't book one in the meantime. So you basically want to book it as close as you can. So then once you get in the line, you check in for the next one, then you're free up to schedule another one. But if you schedule one for 5 hours from now, then you're tied up.
Exactly. So those would be our top tips for how to take advantage of the FastPass Plus system. I know there's many more, and maybe we'll do a longer video on that one day, but we hope that you found this video helpful today and it helps you make some good decisions on your upcoming Walt Disney World vacation. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Have a great day.